Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my English live stream. I am Mini-Koneko, your bookworm Vtuber. It is currently 8:45 on Saturday, January 25, 2026, and I am so happy to spend this morning with all of you. As some of you know, I love diving deep into the worlds found within the pages of books. Today, we are going to have a cozy chat about literature. Whether it's the intense psychological journey found in Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness or the quiet, beautiful life described in Anne's House of Dreams, I want to share the joy of reading with you. I hope you have your favorite drink ready. Let's explore some fascinating stories together and find a bit of magic in the written word. Thank you for joining me today, and let's get started with our book talk. Since we've just kicked off today's stream, I'd like to introduce our daily one book recommendation. Today, I want to talk about a true titan of business literature, Competitive Strategy by Michael Porter. If you are looking to start with a classic business book, this is the one you should pick up first. Michael Porter is a heavyweight in the world of management science, and even today, this book frequently secures the #1 spot in rankings chosen by buy holders. It is truly a masterpiece among masterpieces. Porter is perhaps most famous for his 5 forces analysis, which determines the profitability of an industry based on 5 key competitive factors. These are the bargaining power of buyers, the bargaining power of suppliers, the threat of new entrants, the threat of substitute products, and the intensity of rivalry among existing competitors. This book teaches us exactly what strategies to adopt when these forces are high or low, but the most incredible aspect of this work is how amazingly detailed it is. Porter doesn't just provide a general theme, he covers almost every imaginable pattern. For instance, he explains what to do in cutting-edge industries like heat, how to handle a declining industry, or how to navigate a market where countless competitors are vying for space. No matter your situation, there is a specific strategy detailed for you. This is why people call it the SEAL's textbook. It is said that you will find a copy on the bookshelf of almost every successful leader because whenever they face a problem, they can simply open the relevant page to find a solution. Admittedly, the writing style is quite formal and the book itself is very thick, which can make it a daunting task to finish. You might find it a bit of a struggle at times. However, if you are serious about studying business and want to read a high-quality foundational text, I highly recommend you take on the challenge of competitive strategy. Speaking of competitive strategy, it is the definitive masterpiece by Michael Porter that remains a must-read for anyone in the business world. This book provides a clear framework for how a company can establish a sustainable advantage over its rivals. Porter's famous 5 forces analysis allows us to see the underlying pressures in any industry, while his 3 generic strategies, cost leadership, differentiation, and focus, give companies a roadmap for success. It is frequently called the SEAL's textbook because of its profound depth and practical application. Even though it is a thick and dense academic work, the way it logicalizes the complex nature of competition is truly brilliant. It's an essential guide for navigating the challenges of any market. While Michael Porter's strategy is essential for any business, have you ever wondered why capitalism flourished so uniquely in Japan? This leads me to a fascinating book called The Spirit of Japanese Capitalism by Shikaiha Yamamoto. You might be familiar with Max Weber's The Protestant Ethic in the Spirit of Capitalism, which argues that Protestantism birthed global capitalism. But since Japan isn't a Protestant nation, how did we adapt so well? Yamamoto explains that for Japanese people, labor itself became a form of religious training. During the Edo period, a Buddhist philosophy spread that everyone carries a Buddha within their heart. Therefore, performing your assigned job to the best of your ability, whether you were a farmer or a merchant, was seen as a path to becoming a Buddha. when Western capitalism arrived during the Meiji era, it matched perfectly with this mindset of working hard to be safe, allowing Japan to grow at an incredible speed. However, this has also led to some drawbacks in modern society, such as our culture of overtime work and the tendency to value people just for looking busy. In the West, profit is seen as the proof of being safe, but in Japan, the act of working is the salvation itself. It's a deep dive into the Japanese soul and a great opportunity to rethink how we approach our jobs today. Please check it out if you have the chance. Speaking of a culture that sees labor as a form of salvation, Shikaya Yamamoto explores this in the spirit of Japanese capitalism. He explains that for Japanese people, work was historically the form of spiritual practice to refine the soul. This belief helped Japan grow quickly but also led to modern habits like long working hours. It's a profound look at how our history shapes the way we perceive labor. Speaking of work as a form of spiritual salvation, let's talk about a character whose special job connects her directly with the souls of the departed. We've been discussing the deep philosophy of Japanese labor and its connection to the soul, but now I want to shift gears into the world of intense mystery with a book that truly shocked me, Medium. I have been reading a lot of mystery novels from all over the world recently, but this one was on a completely different level. It won the 20th Hankaku Mystery Grand Prize and topped the This Mystery is Excellent list for 2020. Honestly, I can see why. It's absolutely amazing. When I first saw the cover with the cute girl, I thought it might be a light novel or something simple that's just popular these days. I started reading it with a very casual mindset, but by the end, I felt like I had been hit with a massive punch. As the title suggests, the story centers on Hijio, a psychic medium who can hear the voices of the dead. She helps a mystery novelist solve various difficult cases. It seems like a typical modern setup, but the execution is breathtaking. I couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. It has been about 180 years since the very first detective story, The Murderess in the Room Ordeal by Edgar Allan Poe, was written. Reading Medium really made me reflect on how far the mystery genre has evolved and matured in that time. It is a brilliant piece of entertainment that anyone can enjoy, so whether you are a student or an adult, and whether you like light novels or more serious, hardcore detective fiction, I highly recommend picking up a copy of Medium to experience that incredible climax for yourself. As I mention on this channel every day, I love sharing one recommended book with all of you. If you like these deep dives, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Now, since we are live, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Does the idea of a psychic detective interest you, or do you prefer more traditional mysteries? Let's talk about it. Speaking of psychic detectives, the character Hijio Shizuru from Asaiko Aizawa's Medium is truly a standout figure who redefines this archetype. Usually, the idea of a psychic in a mystery novel might feel like cheating because it relies on supernatural clues rather than logical deduction. However, in this story, the concept is used brilliantly. Hijio can identify the culprit through her spiritual visions, but she lacks the physical evidence needed to prove their guilt. This creates a fascinating dynamic where her partner, a mystery novelist, must find logical reasons to support her psychic insights. It turns the traditional whodunit on its head. As I reflected on the history of detective fiction starting from Edgar Allan Poe, I realized how much this book pushes the boundaries of the genre. It's not just a supernatural story, it's a deep exploration of logic and the nature of truth itself. If you enjoy stories where nothing is as it seems, this unique take on a psychic detective will definitely leave you breathless. It really makes for an unforgettable reading experience, doesn't it? Speaking thinking of uncovering a hidden truth that shifts our entire perspective. Much like the shocking revelations and mystery novels like Medium, I want to talk about a book that completely overturned my own common sense. Just as a detective looks past the surface to find what is truly happening, this book looks past the stigma of social labels. It is called Cheerful School Non-Attendance. To be honest, I used to think that while everyone has the freedom to choose their path, it's probably better to go to school if you can. But after reading this book, my mindset changed 180 degrees. I realized that not going to school can be just as positive a choice as going. For a long time, school non-attendance was seen as a problem behavior or an act of laziness. Even when teachers were surveyed, laziness was consistently ranked as the #1 reason. However, the true detectives in this situation were the children and parents themselves. They conducted their own surveys and discovered the truth. The real causes were often bullying, the atmosphere of the school, or trouble with relationships. Parents didn't just stop that, they fought to establish free schools and demanded that the government recognize these alternative paths. Their decades of effort finally bore fruit in 2016, when the Japanese government officially notified schools nationwide that non-attendance is not a problem behavior and that the will of the child should be respected. In recent years, you might think of the famous Yupa or Yutaban when you hear about this topic. While the public often views him with mixed feelings, I believe his existence has likely saved thousands of children who felt trapped. By showing that there is another way to life, he has quite literally saved lives. Cheerful School Non-Attendance is filled with the passionate soul of an author who has fought for this cause for decades. It teaches us that if a child doesn't fit into the traditional system, they don't have to suffer. There are so many other choices, like studying at home or attending a free school. We need to stop seeing this as a problem and start seeing it as a valid way of life. It's a truly moving and eye-opening book that I highly recommend to everyone. If we can change our perspective, we can make the world a much kinder place for everyone, don't you think? Thank you so much for joining me today. We have reached the end of our Saturday morning book stream. It has been such a wonderful journey, starting from the intense and dark themes of Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness and moving through the strategic insights of competitive strategy. We also explored the cultural roots and the spirit of Japanese capitalism, the breathtaking mystery of Medium, and finally, the hopeful and eye-opening message of Cheerful School Non-Attendance. I truly hope these discussions gave you some new perspectives and inspiration for your own reading list. It is now 9 AM, and I am so grateful you spent your precious time with me. Please remember to join my next English stream tomorrow at 8 AM, and my Japanese YouTube live at 20:10 on Sunday night. If you enjoyed our time together, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue to discover the magic of books together. Thank you again, have a beautiful Saturday, and happy reading! Until next time, bye-bye!